Should I wake up to pump breast milk in the night? If so, why, when, and how would I do that? Are you ready? Let's go.
Be confident and successful in your breastfeeding journey.
Moms often ask me, should I be setting my alarm clock and waking up in the night to pump some milk? Especially if baby has started to sleep longer stretches, you may worry that your milk supply will drop. The answer is usually no, you don't need to do that. It's a good idea to get your sleep. Now there are some times you may want to, and let's go over those. Let's start with newborns. So a newborn baby should be eating 8 to 12 times every 24 hours. They should have plenty of wet and poopy diapers. Baby should be alert and growing well and have regained their birth weight. So in that period, you want to be sure that baby is very well hydrated. And if baby is getting something in a bottle, breast milk, formula, whatever it is, and you want to keep a supply up, even if they're getting your milk, you need to be pumping at around the same time as baby eats. So if your baby is getting a bottle in the night, it's a good idea for you to pump in the night. Now for your older babies. This is for 1 month and older. Sometimes baby will start to sleep a longer stretch. 4 or 5 hours would be nice. Sometimes baby sleeps 6 to 8 hours. And as long as you're seeing 6 or more wet diapers every 24 hours, then you know they're getting enough. Now when baby starts sleeping that longer stretch, you may feel a little bit engorged, and that's normal until your body adjusts. But sometimes moms worry, my baby's not getting enough because I'm feeling engorged in the night. But you don't need to worry if you see those 6 or more wet diapers every 24 hours. You've probably heard the term supply and demand. So that means whatever gets taken out, then your body makes more of. So if baby starts to nurse just during the day, baby will be taking in more and you'll make more during the day. And your body will adjust and stop making that extra at night unless you do wake up and start pumping. I think it's best for you to get some sleep and not worry about that pumping at night. If you are needing to do some extra pumping, if you need some extra milk for storage, then it would be best to just do that in the day, like after baby nurses. It's really a good idea to get your sleep when you can. Sometimes moms worry that if baby starts sleeping a longer stretch, then their milk supply will go down because baby's not eating during that time. But baby will actually take in more when they are awake, and you'll know that for sure if you always see 6 or more wet diapers every 24 hours. Then you know baby's taking in enough. It's kind of hard when they're breastfeeding at the breast and you're not seeing how many ounces they're taking in, but I assure you, 6 or more wet diapers every 24 hours, you know they're getting enough. If your baby suddenly starts to sleep longer stretches, and you feel a little bit engorged, you may need to get up and pump just a small amount, but don't overdo it, just enough to become comfortable, and your body will start to regulate down more where you won't have that engorgement in the night. Applying cold compresses before you go to bed will help. Now some moms just feel like they need to get up and pump. If that's something you want to do, then that's fine, but it's not necessary, and it would really be a great idea if you could get some sleep. Now, if you feel like your supply has gotten low, I want you to understand what a low supply doesn't look like. So if you're pumping 2 to 4 ounces at a pumping in place of baby feeding, then that's a normal pumping amount. In the afternoon, it'll be less. So later afternoon and into the evening, you might only get 1 to 2 ounces pumped in place of a feeding. And those are normal amounts. If you say, oh, my baby's eating a lot more than that, then you should check out my video on paced feeding. So when baby's getting milk in a bottle, it needs to be paced because baby at the breast eats slower. They kind of pace themselves. But when baby gets a bottle, it just pours into baby's mouth and they end up taking in more than they need. So when you pace the feeding, baby will get as much as they need, but not more than they need. It's usually okay for baby to get that extra amount, but it's really hard for a mom to keep up and be pumping enough to be wasted on a regular basis. So if you're not able to pump that amount and you really do have a low supply, then it's best to pump at consistent time. So if you want to wake up and pump in the morning or in the night, go ahead and do that, but you need to do it every day. So if you decide to pump at 2 a.m. every night, then you need to stay at 2 a.m. You'll start to get more milk if you stay consistent, but if you drop that pumping suddenly, you can get clogged ducts. So if you decide to stop pumping in the night, you need to wean down from that so you don't end up with clogged ducts that could lead to mastitis. If you do want to pump in the night, your body makes more milk from 2 to 6 a.m. That's because our prolactin hormones are higher at that point, so we do make more milk, so you can usually get a lot more out. But you can also get a good amount out during the first part of the day. So like from 6 a.m. to noon, you can get quite a bit more. Just keep in mind in the afternoon and evening, you'll see less, and that's normal. Your supply is not low that when you see less. When you have less volume, it's higher in fat. So your morning milk has more volume, you'll be able to pump more, but it's more water in it, which is totally fine, and that's what baby needs. It balances out, but just so you know, that's the difference. Your supply is not low when you see less in the evening. If you feel like your supply is low, I'm going to add some video links in the description that you can check out. Also, I love to answer questions, so ask some questions below and I'll try to get back to you just as soon as possible. Thanks a lot, Mommy. You got this.